of the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services Community Resources Coordinator, Angela Guadagnini, and Donor and Community Relationship Director at the Jackson Community Foundation, Erik Lyman. Good morning.
Good morning.
I was going to pretend you said it right, but you didn't. You didn't even get it close.
We had a plan. I said, I'm going to mess up your name, pretend I said it right.
And I did.
I didn't like as bad as you messed that up. You added a couple N's in there.
That's okay. I want to make sure we got it covered.
There
You
was
say
an
it.
R in there too.
Guadagnini.
So there you go.
Guadagnini.
Yeah.
Guadagnini.
Yeah, see, now you'll never say it wrong again.
I never have. So it's great to have you guys here, and you're working on the Providers Fair. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes.
It's not open to the public, it's open to providers.
It's open to professionals. We started the event last year as an opportunity for providers around the city to learn about resources and programs in the community. We all serve so many families and individuals in the community that sometimes we forget some of the things that are available, and we want to make sure that our providers know that.
Yeah.
So we have pulled this together. Last year we pulled it together and had 225 professionals come through.
Nice.
Just to learn about all of the great things that we do here in Jackson.
So what is a provider? Who are these professionals?
These professionals are anybody who works with individuals and families either in their homes or out in the community. Some of our big ones are Wellwise, formerly Region 2 Area Agency on Aging, Lifeways, Community Foundation, Family Service and Children's Aid, some smaller ones like Residents in Action, Partner or Partial to Girls,
Yes.
Dungy Tree Foundation, so some of those smaller ones too that are providing services directly to families. We want to make sure that those of us who are a little bit bigger know those resources.
Yeah.
I started it with our staff at DHHS because our services staff for children's services and children's foster care, children's protective services, they need resources for families to help families with bonding and engagement and play and community events and activities, and this is a great way to do that. And then the providers were just like, hey, can we do this for my staff too? So it kind of grew from there.
Great, Erik, great way for to connect with the community, but also for the providers to understand maybe what the community needs as well.
Exactly. I mean, we offer scholarship help, so it's great for us to be there and be in front of families that have kids going to school in the fall. But it's also, Angie's done a great job organizing all these organizations that try to help make Jackson a better place in one spot. And there's a ton of organizations in our community that are trying to make this a great place to live, and it's cool to see them all, a lot of them all in one spot, and then learn more about them. And there's people I didn't know existed last year that I learned about, and all sorts of people, old friends and old nonprofits that I do know about. But it's cool to have everybody under one roof talking about the same thing.
Yeah, sometimes I wonder if the left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly. During the pandemic, we had a bunch of nonprofits pop up, and you wonder, do they know that someone else is already doing this?
There is some overlap. Yeah, there is some overlap, but it's necessary because people enter service in different ways. So some people might go to Community Action Agency, and other people might go to Salvation Army. So it's good to have all of them in one place so we know what's going on, so that, for instance, for my protective services staff that need a particular thing, they can go to two different places rather than only having one option. So it just is a better way for us to coordinate the services that we provide.
How important is it for, like you said, you would love all staff to come for those providers, but a lot of the staff that does a lot of the face-to-face with the public really needs to be keyed into all this info.
And that's what we've invited. That is exactly who we've invited. We've invited school social workers from all over the county. We've invited the care managers and case managers and social workers through Allegiance Services. We've invited substance abuse treatment folks. We've invited all kinds of mental health folks. We've invited housing resources and food insecurity stuff and cleaning supplies and clothing and all that stuff that we do for families and individuals in one place, so that we all are seeing the same thing.
That's great.
So is it going to look like a trade show?
It is going to look like a trade show. Yes, it is. It is. We've got about, we're anticipating between 70 and 80 booths.
Okay.
And we're anticipating around 350 to 400 professionals to come in. Yeah, it's going to be amazing.
We were touring the event space last week, planning where tables and booths were going to go.
Yeah.
They're putting a lot of thought into it. And
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a lot of people involved. That's
yes.
great. So how is this the second or the third?
This is the second one.
second. How
Yep.
did tell us a little bit about last year's event?
Okay, so last year we did it at the King Center, and it was wonderful. It was a beautiful space. You know, they rebuilt their building, and they did all that revamping in there, and it's beautiful. We learned very, very quickly that space is very small for the amount of people that we had. It really, I threw it together in like 6 weeks and was amazed at the response that I got. I wasn't anticipating it being that big, but what it said was that our community partners are interested, that they want to know all of the things going on too. And being the community resource coordinator, I say I don't know everything, and I learned stuff at the provider fair last year.
Yeah.
So it's great for anybody who's working with individuals and families to come and just learn all the great things that we do. And it's not just you know, for food insecurity.
Right.
We've got Harmony Gardens coming, and they do music therapy, which is a great thing for kids with autism, for adults with disabilities. It's just wonderful programming. So it's good to have it all there.
Yeah, we do have a great community. Now, people will be able to see both of you. Now, go up to the Jackson Community Foundation table. What's your speech going to sound like?
Oh, we're going to be just trying to inform people of our scholarships. Our scholarship season opens up at the end of the year, usually in mid-December, and it's open until February. So just some gentle reminders for those, just people that have school-age children to pay attention to the website and Facebook when that opens. And talking about some of our grants to nonprofits in the community.
It's awesome.
That sort of stuff.
Yeah, take advantage. Apply for any scholarship you can, right?
That's right. We've got some great people in this community
Yeah.
who just want to support students and nonprofits, and so helping steward that.
Yeah, I think there's money left on the table at the end of scholarship season, isn't there?
Not since I've been there. I've been there a year, and so we got out all the scholarships we needed to last year, and you know, sometimes it's difficult to find a student if they have a scholarship with a lot of parameters.
Sure.
But we do our work to try and find those students and make sure they're getting supported.
Is there lunch?
There is not lunch. The event starts at 1.
Oh, okay. Come after lunch.
It's an after lunch. We are providing coffee. We've got a couple of sponsors for water. Our Pathway to Potential staff through DHHS is doing a donation-based bake sale. Last year at our event, they raised about $700 towards programming for school activities for their kids, and they're going to do the same thing this year.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for what you're doing, and good luck at the provider
It's going to be
fair.
fun.
It's gonna be a blast.
Awesome. Thanks again for joining us from the MDHHS, Angela Guadagnini, and from the Community Foundation, Erik Lyman. More of the morning show right after this.